I'm a meerkat.
You're not standing up with your like front legs up. She's not a meerkat. Don't think her.
This is totally the same day as the first 4, and
yes, friends.
yes, we have not.
Why, I can't wait to take that flight to Canada.
Yes, we have totally not been to Conbravo already.
No.
Yeah, there was a problem, and we
there
couldn't.
Were issues, and we just
we couldn't do it the next
had
day.
A premonition and
so we decided to wait to see if we were killed in plane crashes before doing this.
Spoilers,
So, finally, about how many days? 4 days after we got back from Conbravo, you finally watching it?
I would have because I've been working.
Well, yeah, and I've been rushing to try and get Slow Torture Puke Chamber finished.
Yeah.
But what's your excuse?
I was working.
That's a good excuse.
An annual labor job.
So finally saw Final Destination 5.
It was boring.
To date, the final destination.
It was boring, but it was clever at the end.
I think it was boring. It's better than 4.
It was boring.
I have a soft spot for it because you have the occasionally amusing but supreme asshole who got acupunctured to death.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
You had the
factory worker didn't. I didn't like him getting killed.
Which one?
At the very end, in the bar.
Oh yeah, Nathan.
I liked him.
Ah, well, yeah, he's like the only non-asshole.
Yeah,
in the
and this
film.
one, like a whole bunch of people, like basically like death's reaching. You know, like this, if you weren't even involved, you'll get killed somehow. It's a whole bunch of corporate twerps.
Yeah, you got like Tom Cruise, and you got the other guy, and you got the 2 women, one of whom is blind gothy, and the other one's like, oh, I'm acrobatics, and she dies, and it's like...
She dies in the best way. I enjoyed that.
This one takes the idea of people...
I enjoyed that because I was very bad at gymnastics, and yeah, okay.
This one takes the conceit of the thing, which is people dying when there should be... If there's anything resembling basic safety stuff, people wouldn't have died. They take that to the nth degree, like...
Health and safety violation in the movie 5.
Yeah, because the woman getting a laser, she gets...
she gets LASIK'd to death.
It's physically impossible for that kind of laser to do that kind of damage, and then she gets out and she trips over this eyeball from a teddy bear she was holding that, it landed on the ground. She slips on that and she falls backwards into the window on, like, the 50th floor. And goes right through the window.
That's not how that happens. Like...
Yeah, like, I can only think of one case where someone's actually gone through a window like that.
And that was that lawyer in Toronto who took a running start.
He was doing this a lot.
And a lot, yeah, and then the last time it broke. And actually, there was a Mythbusters episode about it that, like, basically, if you had weakened it enough, the pressure from the outside was enough, but you really had to have very special conditions.
Yeah.
And it's, like, not like you'll fall, what would a driver should really fall, like, ow, my head. Because I bumped my head on that window. It's a good thing the window was there and I didn't fall out the building. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, even she could have crashed into it and knocked her head and then slipped backwards and, like, landed on her head or something.
It's like anything that could kill you will. Anything that could pierce you, cut. It's just, now you're reaching, like, waiting for someone to get, like, paper cut decapitated. I mean, like, at my shop, we have carrier bags, and carrier bags are 5p. And they're paper bags, and I hate when someone's like, oh, go on, give us a bag. And I'm like, ugh. Because basically what that's saying to me is, you know that thing that's made of wee razors? I'd like you to manhandle that for my benefit. So if I don't think they need a bag, I'll about it. But, like, literally, that's what I'm waiting for, like, paper cut decapitation.
I could see that happening. But I told her before this happened that there was something clever that would happen during the filming.
And she said you'd give me a treat if I worked it out.
No, I said extra points.
Oh.
I'm not sure what
I got a little bit of Arrow because we tried the different flavor Canadian Arrow, so I guess that was my treat.
Yes, we did, and possibly talk about that on Lesbian Talk, but we tried insane Canadian Arrows.
It wasn't really insane. Actually, the flavors were all pretty good.
Yeah,
they're all pretty logical.
They're not ones we have over here, though.
It doesn't make them insane.
Insane!
It was like...
In the Canadian brain.
No, if it was like horseradish flavor or something, that would be insane. Oh! Do you know, both...
no. Spousal abuse.
Sorry. Both Infomosphere and Enigma tweeted at me that apparently there is a Cadbury's chocolate that sells down in Australia that is infused with Vegemite.
Someone left a comment on the YouTube.
And I said
that.
I'd try it. I'd definitely try it.
They're gonna have to send you some though. Someone send Omega Vegemite chocolate.
If you're in Australia right now, because
she
toss it out your window.
She inexplicably loved it.
It tastes savory. I like it, and I have the little jar over there, and like I have plans to like have it on toast. Yeah, I was gonna text you today and be like, if you got early enough to go to Marks and Spencer's, will you buy me some sourdough bread? But then I didn't have a chance because we were busy.
I would have gone.
I know you would have gone, but then there's always a chance I didn't have any, and you would have felt bad. Because I have wheat bread. But this is not important to the vlog, but I was gonna put Vegemite on sourdough toast, but I can buy some at Tesco on Tuesday.
But Final Destination 5.
Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Final Destination 5. Okay. This is the one out of all of them that has the disaster at the start being the most reaching. Because every single time they gotta come up with something new and interesting, which is different from the other ones. And this one, Jesus Christ, this bridge, this put together...
Was the toothpicks?
Yeah, it was put together by the Doozers from Fraggle Rock.
Actually, the Doozers are really good construction people.
Yeah, but if they tried to make a bridge human-sized...
Well, they wouldn't... Like, the caves aren't big enough for that.
Yeah, if they tried, though.
Yeah, but then you can't say that... Like, but if they were doing that, they would Doozer technology and engineering, they'd figure out some way to make it work. So don't you go slighting the Doozers.
It was put together by the Doozers.
No, it was not. It was put
out
together
of Blancmange.
No. It was like they were going for like the Tacoma Narrows thing, and if you don't know what that is, Google it because the footage is worth it. It's very old footage. You've probably seen it somewhere as stock footage, but it's worth it. Just watch it.
Yeah, this one could have been like the revenge of the dog that was killed in the Tacoma Narrows because all the humans ran off.
Yeah, everyone who was on the bridge survived, but there was a dog in the parked car of a photographer, and I don't know why the photographer didn't get the dog out, but they did not.
So this dog's like, I'm gonna fucking kill a bunch of humans. You know. I
don't think that.
The dog will be a German Shepherd, and I'll speak German. You know, a la Danger 5. You have
a dangerous obsession with Danger 5.
It's because it's fucking awesome.
Well, but yeah.
Why did it take me so long to be told about it?
Don't look at me.
And I spread the gospel to Farad Mohammed of Pop Quiz Hot Shop when we were in Com Bravo, and he sent me tweets being all like, "This is fucking amazing!" I'm like, "Yes, Farad, I know."
We're still jet lagged, if you can't tell. That's why I'm like, we got to vlog. And you're like, let me tell you about Danger. Let me preach the gospel of Danger 5. My brothers and sisters, you need to understand about Danger 5.
Yeah, we did 2 transatlantic flights in 5 days. And this is all, and also, probably about 10 hours, no, probably about 15 to 20 hours in airports. Plus...
Well, no, we got to the airport... And then we had 6 hours at the airport because we had to drop the rental car.
I'm putting them all together.
Okay.
And about 8 hours of buses. You know, that was our traveling that we did.
And I didn't I woke up on Monday morning in Eastern Standard Time, and then we had all day, and then because Farad had to go back to Chicago. I was in California, Chicago, and his flight was before us. We had to get the rental car back, so we had 6 hours in the airport, which actually Toronto Airport is really nice. I won't tell this full story. We'll go
lesbian talk.
But then we had 6 hours there, a 7-hour flight, an hour and a half wait for the bus, which was outside in the cold, because it is cold here in Ireland, and then a 4-hour bus ride, and then about 4:30 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, Tuesday afternoon, we got to the bus station, and I hadn't slept in all of that time, and I could like see through time, and I felt really very ill and horrible. And so I said, "Oh, can we just?"
Yeah, you'd be up for about 24 hours at that point.
Go back and because some of my stuff was at my parents-in-law's house because we were staying there. Well, before we left because they were on holidays, we were watching. It's a long story, but anyway. So I said, I just need to pick up my adapters, and my father-in-law was like, "Well, that's great. We'll go back. You can get your stuff. We can have tea, and then after tea, I can take you back." And I was like, "No, I want to go now." Yes, but see, if we went back after tea, that would be perfect. And I was like, "Boo." So at 8:30 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, Tuesday night, I finally got home.
Or about 3:30 Eastern Standard Time, so equivalent of being up
over
for 27, 28 hours after getting up. But, you know, on the way out, I was up for like 45 hours.
Wait.
So I always do.
She stole... Well, anyway, this is not important to Final Destination.
We
didn't die. We didn't die.
We'll do this in Lesbian Talk. But Final Destination.
It was boring.
It wasn't boring. It was fine.
I liked the ending.
You ignored most of it.
I didn't ignore. I was listening. I was just doing other things.
You were like, I'm going to use the internet, and I was sitting there being all like, Final Destination. You know, it was one of the first films that me and Robin saw together in the cinema, but we never did a backseat critique for it.
Special for you.
Well, you know, it came out not long after Robin became one of the regulars, so we're like, let's go see Final Destination 5.
But this one introduced the idea. Hold on, I'm like switching. This one introduced the idea that if you kill someone, then you've passed it off, like they took it for you.
Therefore, serial killers are immortal.
Only if serial killers were involved in a premonition death. Or almost involved in a premonition.
That's a plot for a future one.
But yeah, so, like, one guy dies by accident, the guy's like, it was me, I killed him, oh god, because he felt guilty. And a lot of corporate people bought it, which was very viscerally satisfying for me. And then...
I did like that it was a completely different group of people from the previous ones.
Yeah.
Like, the first ones were teens, mostly,
Yeah.
and then there were people in their 20s, or random disparate groups. And this one is a bunch of, like, you know, mid-20s corporate drones.
They were yuppies, and it's always good to see yuppies die.
Yeah. And the wonderful...
Just because there weren't any hipsters.
The most interesting and I think the most wonderful part of the Final Destination series is the fact that you can do a Final Destination film in any time period. You could do a sci-fi Final Destination film and set in the year 5000.
And as long as you tie it back to the original one, you're grand.
No, you don't need to. You just got the setup.
But you have to mention it. Oh, I heard an ancient legend that happened on ancient Earth one time. This one kid, right, got on the plane to Paris, right?
No, that was the weakness of number 2 and stuff, that they were constantly referring to the first one as though that was the important one. This one...
No, I liked that one worked in 2 because they were all personally affected by deaths from that one.
Oh, I think about the interesting things, I think it's 4 in this one, is, even though 4 is not very good, is that this just happens whenever someone has a premonition and it does happen. So this can happen anywhere.
A fucking lot.
They can happen anywhere and anywhere. So I'd kind of like to see a sci-fi one, or one set like in medieval England, you know. It'd be great. Stone Age one.
A romantic comedy one.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna bring you a present. Oh, you died. Lol.
Ooh, Ugh, have premonition.
No.
Thrug fall off building. Save. Oh no. On death list.
No, it would be like they're building Stonehenge.
Yeah, and in Stone Age.
I had a premonition. The gods smited me. Oh shit, that does sound bad. We'll smite you instead so the gods don't get angry and ruin Stonehenge. Smite, smite.
And then, like, Stone Age Tony Todd's like,
I'm gonna tell you stuff.
I look like Ben Vereen as the cat from Zoobly Zoo.
I am coroner. What is coroner? Coroner, deal with dead body. Nom 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 nom.
because...
I like how that you think that Cro-Magnon Man spoke in broken Pidgin English. I think that's cute. And Cro-Magnon Man probably had, like, several different languages ranging across Eastern and Western Europe.
And they're all Thrug and Ugg and Bug
No,
and
that's...
Og.
I don't like that idea. That I don't like that.
And they all...
No, Neanderthal Man, actually, skull and throat and jaw were shaped different. Would have made a different range. No, like would you stop being?
I'm being speciesist against other species of human.
No, like linguistic anthropologists have worked this out, that they would have produced different ranges of sounds, and some of the vocal sounds that we produce would have been more difficult for them. So it's very, very. It is believable, the fact that Neanderthal and Cro-Magnon probably spoke different languages.
Well, I can believe
But we know there was a lot of interbreeding, especially in France. There's this one area in France where, like...
Oh, those
like,
French...
No, they have, like, 30% Neanderthal DNA. No, they did this thing where they
I thought it was across Europe, that hell of a lot of...
Yeah, they did a random sampling across Europe, and this one area in France had the most.
Yeah, the more...
So if you're Western or Eastern European, go get your DNA tested. You can find out how much Neanderthal is in you. But Final Destination, really.
I'm just, so I'm just insulting my people.
Neanderthal.
But so the ending. So like
yeah, this is the twist ending. So turn it off if you haven't watched it. Although I'm pretty sure you don't.
Spoilers.
I'm pretty sure
you don't care. You're not gonna run off and watch Final Destination 5 just so you can find out
what
we tell you.
For this to be for this to be at all interesting, you have to see at least the first one, preferably like the first 4.
Or just watch our first vlog about it.
Yeah, but
so. Like, the one guy's like, oh, I'm gonna take the position that they offered at our flagship restaurant in Paris, so they're gonna take the job. Like, okay.
Gonna go to Paris.
And he's like, oh, me and girlfriend survived. Oh, sure, it's grand. And then, so they're getting on, like, they're about to get on the flight. And I said, Paris. And I said, oh, it would be funny if, like, they're actually getting on the flight from the first movie. And And then, like...
And then I was like, yep.
And then they actually have, like, the original footage, but it's shot in such a way that you think it's an over-the-shoulder shot, but it's not. It's actually... And then they...
I think it was probably an alternate take from the original footage of the original film.
And then, like, the plane blows up and they both die. And then one guy was like, oh, it's a good thing that the other guy died and not me. And they're like, oh, didn't you hear? That an autopsy was done. He was going to have a brain hemorrhage like any day. He would have died anyway. And he's like, what? And then the plane falls in the bar and kills him. Oh, technically it kills everybody else in the bar, too.
I think it just killed him. It was because it was like the wheel or something.
Yeah, but this is also like how to fuck over local businesses. Because there's a massage and acupuncturist. They get, someone dies there. There goes their insurance.
Yeah.
There's the guy, the ophthalmologist. There goes his practice. There goes that bar. It's death just like pissing all over everyone.
Yeah, at least in the other ones, the deaths were localized.
Yeah.
But the
one just hates everybody. He just doesn't even want to wait anymore. He's not gonna fuck everyone. You're all gonna commit suicide. Oh, you're fucked. I'm deaf.
But the ending is the best part of this.
Capital letters.
The best part of this film is the ending because
that's clever.
Yeah, you then realize that all the songs were from before the year 2000. That they deliberately used the period license plates, that they deliberately showed old technology, but they never drew attention to it. You never got any proper clues to it. It's the sort of thing you only notice in retrospect, or you might be like, wait a sec, this is a bit off. And this will be even harder to notice as we go forward.
See, I'm just sad that at no point in time did they ever get the rights for Don't Fear the Reaper, even a cover.
Oh, even the Frighteners had that.
Yeah.
But
I like that song, though.
As we go back, as we get further away, and the year 2011, when this is made, gets closer to the year 2000 than it is to the present day. It's going to be even harder to notice this thing because it's going to blend together. Like, could you tell the difference between technology in 1989 and 1987?
Yeah. Wait, 89 and 87?
Yeah.
I thought it was 90. No, I didn't.
So it's not quite as, dramatic as that.
No, it's for that one person who's going to comment on IMDb, well, actually, this movie is set in 1999, but the model phone that the one guy uses in the one shot wasn't invented until, like, a month after that, so yeah, just saying.
Yeah, it's probably something like that.
You talk like that, write the show.
It's very clever.
I was pushing out my glasses that aren't there. I took them off, they're over there. I haven't had LASIK, don't worry.
But anyway, I like this one better than 4. I think 3 is the funniest one, especially if you got the multiple choice.
Yeah, that was funny. Or like I accidentally ended the movie in 20 minutes and everybody survived. But,
if anyone knows of any other multiple choice movies like that, please let me know, because they're wonderful.
It's not only multiple, it's Choose Your Own Adventure.
Yeah.
Oh, and the best thing about this was there was a trailer at the beginning for a new technology called Blu-ray. No, they're like, Blu-ray is the way of the future, and look how clear it is, and we're going to stream the first Harry Potter movie in Blu-ray over the internet. It's so bad. Google, see if you can find this on YouTube. This commercial is great. They have like Daniel Radcliffe being like, oh, Blu-ray sure is grand. And I'm like, really?
Blu-ray!
I mean, Blu-ray's alright, but like, it wasn't like how with VHS, you're like, oh, we're in DVD now. I have to throw all my VHSs out, or, port them onto DVD with really bad technology, or just buy DVDs from now on. It's not like we were like, oh, I better stop buying DVDs and buy everything in Blu-ray now.
Yeah, Blu-ray never quite took over 100%.
That's me sticking my finger up my nose.
It will eventually.
I used to have a French teacher would be like, and you're sitting there in class, just picking your nose.
I got
for you, Mr. Lauer.
I get the feeling that in about 5 years, when they come up with the next generation after Blu-ray...
I want data crystals. Where the fuck are data crystals? They were all over the fucking place in the 90s in sci-fi. Like, oh no, well, we have the plans to take over the city. Oh, don't worry, they're on data crystal. And they pull this really cool kind of, like, you could have it on your desk like a paperweight kind of awesome prop. That I want data crystals. Fuck digital media. Get me data crystals. You have your assignment.
I don't care so much about the quality image thing, so what I want is
That's true, she gets in fights with my roommate about it.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't really care, unless it's some films.
He's like, if I'm not watching it in 4G at all times, it sucks.
What I want is for the ability to have an entire series of a show inside one disc. So I can have one disc on the shelf space of like one film, and make that the entire series. That's what I want.
Get on it.
Yeah.
But we're running out of film thing, and I don't think it's plugged in right, so we're gonna go. That's been Final Destination. Oh, wow, I just had a premonition that we're gonna do lesbian talk right? And then the cat's gonna come in the room, and then you're gonna stand up, and then all of a sudden my computer's gonna start playing like a song, and then you're gonna trip over the tripod, and then you're gonna trip over your shoes, and then you're gonna like slam the door, which will decapitate the cat, and then the hook will come out of the door and go into your skull, and then all burst into flames and die somehow. I just had this premonition just now. Just saying.
I guess you'll find out if it's real, if this video gets uploaded.